Your eyes are irritated, you go to the eye doctor, he gives you a drop. And guess what? It makes your eyes feel worse. They sting and burn when you put them in. Number one, don't stop taking those drops. I have 4 tips and tricks to make those drops feel better when you're taking them. Let me show you. All right, so let me explain. As an eye doctor, when a patient comes in, I'm always evaluating them. Do they have dry eye? Do they have an infection? Do they have allergies? Do they have something as severe and serious as glaucoma? Whatever it is, I'm going to try to take care of them. 99% of the time, I'm gonna prescribe an eye drop. Now, have you ever heard the phrase, you have to take your medicine? When you hear that, it's not like, oh, this medicine is gonna be good and great, I'm gonna feel awesome taking it, but it's gonna help you get better. So in the case of the eye drops I'm prescribing, they have a purpose. Some are to fight infection, some are to reduce inflammation, some are to lower your eye pressure. But whatever the purpose is, you need to know that. I always try to explain to my patients the purpose of the eye drop. It's not always to make you feel better. I know it's crazy, but we have to reduce the underlying cause of your symptoms. This is how you heal. Now, the drops are gonna help do that, but in the meantime, they might irritate your eyes because guess what? They're irritated to begin with, okay? So, whatever you do, don't stop taking them. I've had patients come in the past few weeks, they've had glaucoma, they stopped taking their drops because it really stung when they put them in. Well, guess what? If we don't lower your eye pressure, you could go blind. I know, it's serious. When you have a corneal infection, yes, the cornea can get infected even if you don't wear contacts. This can be incredibly painful. We have 300 to 600 more nerves in the cornea than you do on your skin. So if it's inflamed, if it's irritated, it's painful. Now try having an open wound and putting a drop with preservatives on that. It stings. But if you don't treat the infection, you could lose your sight. You could have permanent scarring. So I hope you understand that the drops I'm prescribing are incredibly important. But we need you to take them. If they hurt, it's hard to do. So let me give you some tips and tricks. Number one, you can put the drops in the fridge. Sometimes being cold is gonna make them feel better when they go in your eyes. Number two, you can use a preservative-free artificial tear. I love Sustain preservative-free. Put that in before you put in the prescription eye drop. Now I'm gonna recommend you wait 5 minutes from the first drop to the second drop. You don't wanna wash it out. But in the case of eye infections, glaucoma, if you're not gonna take them because it hurts too much, I don't care how much time is in between them, I want you to get that prescription drop in your eye. Number three, call the office. In the case of glaucoma, we have preservative-free drops that you can take. If you can't take the regular drops that have preservatives in them, that's not gonna work. We have to find a solution that's gonna work for you long term. So a preservative-free option can be prescribed. We don't do it first line because insurance usually does not cover them unless you failed on the first drop. So communicate with us and we'll find the drop that's best for you. At the end of the day, if it burns when you put in the drops, an analogy I like to use. Have you ever had dry skin on your hands just because you've been washing them so much? You put on lotion and what does it do? It stings. If your eyes are dry, there's an underlying inflammation or breaks in your cornea, you put in drops that are gonna sting. If we treat that underlying dryness, it's gonna make your eyes feel better, not just with the preservatives from the prescription drop, but overall. So make sure you communicate if you're having any dryness, redness, burning, or irritation of your eyes, even if you don't have an infection. This is something that we need to manage and maintain. So if you do get in the case of having an infection, having glaucoma, or needing an anti-inflammatory eye drop, you are good to go. So an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. We have tips and tricks we can do in your day-to-day life that will make your eyes feel better. This is imperative for you to have healthy eyes if an infection or something else higher level were to arise. So the moral of the story is don't stop taking your drops. Talk to your eye doctor and find out the reason why he prescribed the drops and let them know how you're feeling. If you're having issues, we have many tips, tricks, and solutions to make your eyes feel better. So I love talking about the eyes. If you want to hear more, like, subscribe, ring that bell. We have new incoming content every single week. We love to talk about dry eye, contact lenses, anything that can make your vision be better are the things that I'm going to talk about.